Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino. Still Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. This is my post-market wrap-up. People, there's so much going on right now. What an insane day on Wall Street. At one point, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down over 800 points. We did finish lower. However, it looks like the cavalry kind of stepped in here towards the end of the day. The Dow finished down about 400 points. Still not good. If you recall, in the last couple of videos I have done here, look, let me explain this to you. I have said that since Japan decided to shock the global debt market with their change in monetary policy, allowing their 10-year yield to float, this sent a ripple effect around the world. Bonds sold off here. Even in the United States, we watched the 10-year yield come up. We watched the MMRI creep higher. This is already a high-risk environment, according to the MMRI. Again, start paying more attention to this. And for those of you that keep asking me, the MMRI is not a market timer. Okay, it just allows you and I to gauge risk in this market in real time. So if you're looking to get in or out of this market, the MMRI is an invaluable tool. It's not going to tell you when to buy, when to sell, but it's a warning. Like right now, like I said, we're in a high risk environment, and for a long while, we were very stable here with regard to the global bond market. 10-year yield, US dollar relative strength wasn't doing too much, and then, like I said, we got this shock to the system via the Bank of Japan. And since that time, MMRI is crawling higher. Risk in this market is increasing. Now, if you were to click on the link down here that will take you, as a matter of fact, let's do this together, all right? In the description of this video is a link to the MMRI. I want you to right-click on that, open it up in another window, all right? Once you do that, just scroll down a little bit and you're going to see the MMRI. Now, there's a chart there. Okay, I hope you're looking at it. Look at that chart of the MMRI. It's like a squiggly line with an upward trend. If you were to draw a line on the top, all the points on the top and all the points on the bottom, you will see a range that the MMRI is in. In fact, I sent this out about an hour ago to all of you who do subscribe to my free newsletter. Again, link in the description of this video, where I actually put those lines in there for you, the range at which the MMRI has been trading. We're at the bottom of the range right now. If we start to see that tick up, the chances are we're going to hit the top of that range and again break above 300, and this market is going to hate it. It's going to hate it, and I can promise you that it's going to hate it. So keep your eyes on these things, people, and utilize the tools that I give you all for free. Now, with regard to this market here going absolutely insane today, okay? Extreme volatility, 10-year yield a little higher, MMRI higher, relative strength of the dollar higher. We had gold and silver falling under pressure, cryptos relatively flat, Bitcoin, crude oil under a little pressure, almost a pan sell-off scenario here. And as I said, look at the correlation here. MMRI coming up over the last several days, market not liking this too much. Now, it's the headlines too. A lot of what's being driven here is headlines. Headlines drive the market and create the environment of fear and or greed, and in this instance, it's fear. And as you know, fear is stronger than greed when it comes to this freak show of a market. Now, here are three headlines I want you to pay attention to. These are not out of Greg Mannarino's wild imagination here. These are actual headlines. These are from Market Watch. Number one, home sales suffer their biggest drop on record. That's number one. Number two, this is something I have explained to you for I don't know how many months now, talking about leading economic indicators. So here we go. Leading economic indicators point to a slowing economy and recession. I mean, that's a big fat duh. All right, despite the propaganda, the lies, the distraction, we're we're really knee deep in dog shit when it comes to this economy here. And here's another one. This headline's kind of almost laughable. Stocks fall after strong economic data. So in a real world, if this were anything real, if we got strong economic data, you would expect the market to respond in a positive way. But when you have a situation where white is black, black is white, up is down, down is up, nothing makes sense anymore. But that's really the truth. And this supposed strong economic data, which is all terrible, it's all propaganda and lies, has the market fearing that the Fed is going to continue to raise rates, which they are. The Fed is going to do maybe another one rate hike. My best guess is another 50 basis points, and this is going to be followed up right by the Swiss National Bank, Bank of England, and the European Central Bank, all in tandem. But remember, they don't coordinate their work. They don't. They just happen to just by some miracle chance do the same things at the same time. You understand? It makes me, you know what it does to me? Let me explain this to you. It makes me want to throw up when I hear a statement like came out of the mouth of Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell, Yellowstone himself here, when he went out of his way. You remember this, right? During one of the FOMC meetings like 2 months ago, he said, "Oh, central bankers, we talk all the time. Yeah, we have a big party and a big circle jerk, but they don't coordinate." You got to be kidding me, really? Really, is this the kind of shit they want us to believe that? And then they just miraculously just do the same things at the same time? Really, honestly, that's how stupid they think we are, honestly. But we're not stupid. So these headlines, just kind of an incredible situation here. So I want to get your take on this one. So Federal Reserve Chairman Powell, the thing that we don't need. We don't need any of these things that run the Federal Reserve and all their freaking Federal Reserve banks all over the damn country, all over the world, these central banks. We don't need a damn one of them, okay? But, that's a whole other thing. But this is a statement that he made. Now, right out of his mouth, are you ready for this one? We need more people. We need more people to do what? Is he referring to letting more immigrants into this country? To, whatever? And create more slaves to the system? Because that's exactly what he's talking about. We need more people. Like we heard from Fed President Daly, we need more people to lose their jobs. More people need to lose their jobs in order for inflation to start getting better. That's her words. This isn't Greg Mannarino. This is its words. Daly, whatever the freaking thing is over there, okay? I think we should start with her. Why can't we cut her goddamn job? Well, these are the freaks of the Federal Reserve. You know what I'm saying? Makes me want to freaking hit something. I'm not lying. Makes me want to freaking hit something. Anyway, so we need more people. What they're saying here, let's read between the lines a little bit. What has Greg Mannarino been explaining since time immemorial? The Federal Reserve, central banks around the world, they're on a mission here to create slaves to their system, so they can implode the current system and then, follow it up with a new system. And, because they have the solution. You realize that, right? Once they get enough people, we need more people, according to Powell, fully dependent on their system here as they get squashed to the lower rung of society, middle class getting wiped out, then they pull the plug here. So that's what he's saying. We need more people to become slaves to the freaking system. Let me tell you something in case you don't know. The current global debt-based economic model is the biggest curse upon mankind that has ever been instituted in the history of the world. Our forefathers who created this nation, okay, they wanted a wealth-based system that is backed by a hard asset, gold. Why gold? Gold happens to be, in case you don't know, the most stable asset on the planet. This is why our forefathers, who are way smarter than any person that probably walks the earth today, they created a country, okay, that was supposed to govern itself. What a concept. Instead of being ruled by a king or a queen or some kind of dictator, people that can govern themselves. And what did we do? We let it all go. We just threw it away. And welcome to where you are now. And there's no way to stop the current trajectory of this debt-based system. You think central banks for a nanosecond are going to give up their one and only power? For those of you who have been with Greg Mannarino for any length of time, I got a question for you. How does a central bank exert its power on people? Exactly by issuing debt. The more debt any central bank can issue, the more powerful they become. This is why we will never, ever, ever go back to a wealth-based system. If we went back to a wealth-based system anywhere in the world, okay, if it started somewhere in the world, like going back to like a gold standard or a commodity-backed system, that would steal the power away from central banks in a nanosecond, and they would all collapse because then they wouldn't be able to issue any more debt. That's how central banks stay alive. Central banks are concerned with one thing, and that is staying alive and gaining more power. You understand? And they do this by issuing more debt, by getting a freak show Congress like the one we have here to conjure up some kind of a spending bill nearly $2 trillion with who knows how many billions going over to, support a war that's going to go on and on and on and on, and weaponry and whatever the freak they got to do to keep the machine going, whatever the other disease process they want to throw at us, shut down the economy, force you to wear a face diaper, get vaccinated, warp speed style, and spend, God knows how many trillions on that too. It's unbelievable. But that's the system. And it's just so freaking twisted, people. It really, really is. So anyway, according to Redfin, as I just covered earlier, U.S. home sales suffered the biggest drop on record. The only people, and you know this too, all right, I've explained to you how this is working. We are moving towards a new feudal system. Extreme haves, extreme have-nots. I've shown you this exact thing for like a decade, maybe longer, okay? We just found out the only class of people whose real wealth has increased this year are the 1%ers. Imagine Greg Mannarino's shock. Imagine your shock. Everyone else is getting destroyed. You understand? You have a boot on your windpipe. It's being pushed harder and harder by this freaking freak show. And if you think, again, it's going to change anytime soon, you are in La La Land. You know where La La Land exists? I don't know, up someone's wazoo, and I mean deep. And I don't like to be there, all right? I don't think it's a very interesting place to be. But there's no way on this earth or off this earth the current situation is going to get better in any way, shape, or form moving forward. And it doesn't matter what freak they're going to put behind the resolute desk. You do realize that, right? There's no saving grace here, no deity, nothing like that is going to come to save you. We got to save ourselves. For how many years have I told you we need a freaking revolution in this country? You think we're going to get one? How about no? Everyone out there, they're sheep walking to the slaughter. You and me, I think we have a handle on what's going on. We need so many more people. We need so many more people on board with us, people. And this is why I urge you every single day to talk about these things. Share these videos that I put out. I do these things twice a day, believe me, not for my own health here. I do this because I think it's important. I feel like, if we got to let people understand what's going on. If you were to turn on the mainstream propaganda, they're going to lie to you and bullshit you and tell you about transitory and temporary and how central banks are so concerned about stopping inflation. And you can tell because they're raising rates. They're raising rates, although inflation continues to rise. Like there's only one solution. You know what? This is what really bothers Greg Mannarino. You want to know what really bothers Greg Mannarino? Because they're selling the lie every single day about raising rates here. And they want you to think it's the only way to do it. The only solution that central banks have is to continue to raise rates as the economy continues to free fall. No. The real way to do it, people, you know what it is. They could contract the money supply. Right now, the Federal Reserve today could issue an edict, okay, to the financial institutions to hold more capital reserves above zero. We could contract the money supply and stop inflation. Poof. Isn't it interesting? You haven't heard a word about that from CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, or any of these other freaking things. No, because you see, you can't know that. They must continue to push the lie, the narrative. Doesn't that make you angry? I'm sweating right now. I'm freaking sweating. Oh, man, I tell you, this stuff is going to be the death of me. I'm telling you, it's going to be the freaking death of me. I hope some of you come to visit me either in a loony bin, a nut house, same thing, or wherever they plant me in the ground. All right, look, this guy, he loves you a lot. I mean that. We need to get this stuff out, people. We need to do this. I can't stress this enough. Please, if you're one of my multitude of followers here and see the same things that I'm seeing and are as angry as I am, do something about it. Start your own blog. I will help promote it. Start talking about this thing on social networks. Share these videos. We got to wake people up. I think we are. I really do. I mean, like I told you, this video blog, 100 million views. We're just about at the 100 million view mark. We are making a difference, but I don't know, people. Look, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. I'm going to get going. I hope you got something out of this video. I really, really do. And comment, please let me know what's on your mind. If it's completely opposite of mine, that's fine. That's fine. Look, you and me, we're allowed to disagree about things. I don't want a bunch of people that are going to agree with everything I'm saying. But I think for the most part, all of you see what I'm seeing here. And it's just so freaking disturbing to me. What is this? What is this environment we are in? It's the most freaking twisted thing. You can't make it up. There's no way. It's like a science fiction movie gone horribly wrong. All right, look, I'm out here, like I said a little while ago. I will see all of you in the mornings. In the morning, ponder these things, as I just said. Let me know your thoughts. I promise to read the comments. Even if I don't respond to your comment, believe me, I've read it. I go through all of these every single day. A lot of times I'm trying to get rid of scammers too. And but I do read the comments. Anyway, that's all. I'll see you in the morning, okay? I'm going to shut up.